Hey guys, what's up? This is just Brett here again, not a lawyer, not a NASA scientist, just a humble dance instructor who happens to know a little bit about Infusionsoft. We're going to talk in this video about the Survey Siphon AutoWebby. Now what I'm going to do actually is just give you a little intro, and then I'm going to show you the videos that we recorded for the regular AutoWebby, because the big fat secret is that they're the exact same, except for a couple of instances, a couple of small details at the very beginning. So for most of the information that we're going to go through, it's going to be a repeat. If you've already been through the AutoWebby training, then it's going to be the exact same as that. The difference is just a couple of little things that I will point out in just a second. So first, what I want to point out is in the last set of videos when we talked about Survey Siphon, we talked about, and we actually set up the registration page. And the registration page actually is the only thing that's different about the Survey Siphon AutoWebby and the regular AutoWebby sequences, because the difference really is just this registration page, because again, we're giving them the results of the survey at the same time as we're inviting them to register for the webinar. Whereas with the regular webinar registration page, we're just inviting them to register for the webinar. So what we're going to do, again, if you've already been through the first set of videos for Survey Siphon, you've already done this. But just make sure that you've got the Survey Siphon AutoWebby registration page configured, linked up to Megaphone, and that the Survey Siphon AutoWebby survey results thank you page, which is the VSL for the AutoWebby for Survey Siphon, which is this guy here. Actually, I apologize, not the VSL, it's the liquidator. But it's called here Survey Siphon AutoWebby post-registration VSL. That's the liquidator here. Make sure that that page is set as the thank you page. So I'm going to take you through that real quick, and then what I'm going to do is just drop you into the configuration and all the videos that we did for the AutoWebby sequence. So first thing we're going to do is we have to go grab that VSL thank you page so we can configure that on the web form. So we'll just copy paste. I know that's what we do most of the time, but we'll come over here to our web form. We're going to go to thank you page, and then it's already here, but we're just going to paste it right over the top of it. Okay? So now we've got that there. Next thing we need to do is we're going to publish this whole thing so this page becomes live. We'll probably need to rename it so it shows up differently in Megaphone. So we've done that. Now if I go to Megaphone, back to pages, and again, this is where it's different, because the Survey Siphon AutoWebby registration page also has the results of the survey that you did. But you're going to go back to form integration, you choose Infusionsoft, and then you're going to choose just the name of the form that we selected, which here is just AutoWebby Register Test. Okay? So that once you've got that stuff connected, everything else is the exact same as a regular AutoWebby. Now the difference, and what I'm going to, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the videos that we made for AutoWebby. The difference obviously is that the action sets are not going to be named AutoWebby. They're going to be named Survey Siphon AutoWebby. And all the pages for the indoctrination video, for the objection handler, for all that kind of stuff, all of those are going to be different depending on, they're going to say Survey Siphon instead of just AutoWebby, okay? I'll remind you again in the next video talking about campaign links and all the countdown stuff and all that kind of stuff to make sure you remember that it's the same actions, but we're dealing with the Survey Siphon instead of just the AutoWebby, okay? So I'm going to snap my fingers and that next video will start now.
Okay, so I've created this worksheet for you. Now, there's a lot of stuff on here. We'll get to it in a minute. What I want you to do is right here, you see where it says, what's the URL of your registration page? All you got to do is simply paste that answer right here. Now, it's pasted bold. That's just bothering me. This doesn't really matter, but I'm a little OCD. There we go. Now, why are we doing that? Well, when it comes time, remember I told you there were three components. There's the assets, which is the web pages. There is the Infusionsoft part, and then there's the actual webinar part with Stealth Seminar. Stealth Seminar is going to take this, and they're going to make a copy of this page, but they're going to put it on their servers for you. They do all of this stuff for you, so you don't have to do any work, and they're also going to make it automatically Ninja-like for you, where this date is going to be whatever date your webinar is going to start. So while we're here and thinking about that, we should go ahead and answer this question right here. So how many days from the time they register do you want your webinar to start? Now, the way we've built it is, if you look over here in your AutoWebby Reminder and Indoctrination series, they register on day number 1, and then day number 2, they get the indoctrination video. Day number 3, they get the second indoctrination video. And then day number 4, is the day of webinar. So for me, the way we've built it in this campaign, if you want to have it exactly like our campaign, the answer is going to be, the answer is going to be 4. And the reason we're putting this, I'm just going to debold it again, that's just me being OCD. The reason we're doing this is because when Stealth Seminar takes that page and copies it and makes it all cool and integrates it with Stealth Seminar, again, for you, you're doing nothing here. If they hit this page on Thursday the 19th and it's scheduled to start your webinar on the 4 days from today, this is going to show that the webinar starts on the 23rd. See, pretty cool. If they hit it on the 20th, it's going to say that the webinar starts on the 24th, and so on. So it makes it truly dynamic. Now, since we're already here and we're doing this kind of stuff, there's one more little question that I want you to answer, and that question is, what time of day do you want your webinar to start? So I almost always do mine at 11 a.m. Pacific. Whoops. Good Lord, I can't type. It's because I'm talking at the same time. So now I've answered that. Now, you and I do nothing. This is all of the actual work that we have to do. Once you're done with all of this, we're simply going to give this little worksheet to Stealth Seminar, and they do all the hard stuff, right? So please don't let this throw you off. I've created this worksheet for you to make this blindly easy for both you and Stealth Seminar.
Okay, so jumping back here again, just to remind you, we just watched the information about how to set up that initial opt-in section and start that document for Stealth Seminar for the AutoWebby section. Now again, just remember, as you're going through this process, make sure you're using the survey siphon information and not just the regular AutoWebby information, because it's going to be different. Okay, so I'm going to end this video now. The next video, I'm just going to do another little intro to remind you, but we're going to talk about the Stealth Seminar setup. I'm going to use the exact same content that we did for the other AutoWebby section, but I'm going to remind you, make sure you use the AutoWebby links and pages and all that kind of stuff as opposed to just the regular, or the survey siphon AutoWebby, not just the AutoWebby stuff. All right, so we'll see you in the next video.